Great.
Okay, real quick. All right, we should be live. Amy, does it say we're live?
It did. Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Just making sure.
Well, it
Let me get
said
ready.
recording, or I can't remember what it said that I clicked OK. So it's probably.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and text you the link so I don't forget afterwards. Okay. Um, yeah, because sometimes I like can't find the link after the fact. Oh, and there's Jenny. Yay! So we're so excited that y'all are on for Camp Holiday week number 2. So last week we learned our game plan from the Incredible Joy, and we also learned how to get a lot of bookings to really ramp up your business for the holiday season. Because that'll give you lots to pull from as you continue to learn these ideas over the next few weeks. And I'm super quick going to show y'all at the end that game plan again and where to find that resource if you don't have it, or actually I might show you as I go through. But this week I am so excited that I get to train y'all on how to get a lot of leads. Okay. So have you ever felt like, oh my gosh, who do I even reach out to? Um, like, how do I keep going in my business? Maybe you've been through your friends and your family. Or maybe you're starting out and you're like, I don't even have any friends and family nearby or anything like that. So there are billions of people in this world, friends. Okay. So you everywhere you go, you see people and they have skin, right? And so there's potential customers everywhere. And I'm gonna share with y'all so many different ways that you can get new leads to really operate your business. And what I'll share with y'all is honestly, I've done all of these ideas that we're going to talk about today. But what I really encourage you to do is as I go through and talk about all the different ideas, pick out like I always learn to have 5 ways to get leads at all times. Okay. So like picking your top 5 favorites. So 5 ways to get leads at one time is something you always want to have access to in your business. Okay. Then from those 5 ways, and the reason we always say have 5 is because sometimes you go through seasons where it's like one idea that I'm going to share with you, like maybe you didn't get a lot from that week, right? And then the next week you do get a lot from that. And so that way you just always have different sources going on and different things to pull from. Okay. So that is something extremely great to have. It's just that always just remember in your brain, say, do I have 5 ways to operate my business to get leads, right? Because I think especially a lot of you on here right now are more seasoned. So you might have run out of your friends and family a while ago, right? I know I did. I'm celebrating my 13th year in Mary Kay this month, and I ran out of friends and family a long time ago, right? And some of them I do circle back around to, that kind of thing, or as you make new friends, those types of things. Like here lately, I've been holding a lot of appointments with some people in my neighborhood that I've never held an appointment with before, right? And so, or people that maybe I tried to book years ago and never did, or haven't seen them in years and kind of circle back around to them. But I'm going to share with y'all how to get some hot leads, okay? Because you want hot leads because you may have some cold leads sitting around. Cold leads are those ones that like you've had forever, like you maybe already tried to attempt them, or maybe you got them and you never reached out to them and you've had them like a year. Those are cold leads, okay? It doesn't mean that you couldn't reach out to them, but you really want hot leads. Hot leads. That means fresh, new leads that you want to operate from, okay? Like I said, I'm going to share with y'all a ton of different ideas and share my screen. But I'm going to share with y'all this one first because this is one of my favorite ones to do. And this is called, I just call them lead boxes. And so this is one of my personal ones. And these are really fun because every time I've moved multiple times in my business, and I've lived in areas where I knew absolutely no one. So when I first moved to Nashville, me and my husband moved there a year after marriage. We knew no one. We knew no one. And what you don't know is my husband quit both his jobs and we moved there solely on my Mary Kay business. And so I had to pay all of the bills, and I was in a new city where I knew no one. And it's so funny because Leanne on here right now is a result of operating my business in Nashville. Jenny is a result of that, to a city I moved in, knew no one. And then Leanne just celebrated her 10-year anniversary at Mary Kay. So these ideas that I'm sharing with y'all, believe me, I've worked them in a city where I knew no one. And one of the first things I did when I moved to Nashville is I made up so many of these. And my husband, he had no job. He used to ride around with me and we'd put these out and then we'd go back and we'd check them, right? And so I put like probably 20 of these out when I first moved there. And I would just make a list of everywhere I put them. And then I'd go back and I'd check them. And I tried to put them, like now in my season of life, I live in an area where I do know more people, right? And I have a lot of leads in this area. But when I need fresh new leads, this is one of my go-tos. So what I normally do now is I pick I try to put at least 8 to 10 out at one time. Because sometimes when you go back and check them, like one will be a hot spot, and I kind of call that my gold mine. And I may go back and there may be 15 leads in this one bucket, right? But then I go check another facial box and it may have nothing, honestly, nothing. Or in my scenario, it might be missing. It might not even be there. I mean, I've gone back before and they're like, I don't even know what box you're talking about. And I'm like, I literally asked you if I could put it there, you know? So that's why I always tell people what to expect. I'm very real. I like you to know the ins and outs, right? Because some of them will go missing at some point. That's also why I don't spend a bunch of money on it, okay? I got these boxes from Hobby Lobby for like, let's see, 50 cents. 50 cents. Okay, because it says 99 cents. It might have gone up by now because I've had this one for a few years. But basically what I do is I just go put them out and I just walk in and I say, hey, I'm with Mary Kay, a skincare and makeup specialist, and I want to honor your customers. So where's a great place that I can put this? Because I'm going to give away some beauty sessions for your customers just to honor them for coming in your business. So I don't ask permission. If y'all notice that when I go in, I don't ask permission. I don't say, can I? I say, where is a great place to put this? Can I put it right? And if I see a great spot, I'll say, hey, can I put it right here by the register? Like, I think it would go great right here, you know, because I don't want it tucked away in a corner somewhere. So I kind of try to, as I walk in, I try to go ahead and pick out a spot in my mind and then ask them if I can put it right there, right? Up by the register, that kind of thing. And I do attach entry forms to it and a pen. So that's one of my favorite ways. And then I just go back kind of weekly. I have my list and I check them and I try to put them places where I'm already going. So like if your kids have, you know, like I know Leanne, you worked at a karate studio, like the karate studio that you're already hanging out at, you know, that's like a great place to put something. If there's a Mexican restaurant, you're already going to a coffee shop, a hair salon, a gym, a daycare, like whatever, you know, those places that you're already going to, those are really great places to put them because you're already going to be in there for whatever reason. And so it's just really, really easy to check them. So I know I've put them at cafes before that I went to, like those places I go to. And every time I go in there, I check it. And if it's getting leads, I leave it. As long as they will let me leave it, I will leave it. I will leave. I've left them for like 6 months at the same location because it continued to get new leads. And so why would I move it if it's a gold mine, right? The only time I do move them is like if I've gone back maybe 2 or 3 weeks in a row and there's like next to nothing in it. I'm like, okay, let's move this one and go put it in, go try to find a new hot spot. Okay. So I love lead boxes. However, there is some downtime. So if you need leads this week, I'm going to share some ideas because you kind of have to put these out, wait a minute, go back and check them. There's just a little bit, but once you get them out in position, you know, then you can start getting some hot leads, right? From that. So, but if you need leads like today, I'm going to share some ideas for that as well. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and I will actually show y'all. So I have set up an entire spot for you guys. If you've never used the app Boards, I love it. And you're going to love it too. So I have an entire like pod area on Boards for you guys. Okay. Boards is really cool. You can connect it to your keyboard as well, like on your text and everything. And so, like, for example, let me just show y'all real quick. So if I'm texting Amy and Joy right here, I can click down here, this little earth looking, internet looking thing, whatever it is, and it pulls up all of my boards. So for example, my Camp Holiday is right here. If I wanted to text somebody this picture, I could just it copies it, and now I can put it directly in my text message and send it to my friends. So it's so cool because any of these scripts you might see or anything like that, that you're like, ooh, I want to use that inviting script, then you could literally just tap it and it goes directly into your text message. Okay. You might have to delete like some of the information, like don't put invite script in the text. Okay. But I don't know if y'all knew that about boards, but I wanted to show y'all that. Okay, so I have this whole area for y'all in boards, and I'll share with y'all this board afterwards. It also has the playback from last week. But here's the holiday season selling plan that we talked about last week, and this breaks down your $10,000 season, okay? And that's how you're gonna create $5,000 profit. Now, there are a few of these things that we're gonna talk about in the future weeks. Like the pillow gifts and the open house and the pink weekend. Some of those things like the pink weekend and the open house, I don't do those till November. So it's kind of early for those. Okay. But what we're really focused on in September is getting new customers, right? Because when your open house and all that comes around, you're going to have a lot more people to pull from. Or when you're selling employee gifts, you know, to business owners, like you're going to have more people to pull from as you build your lead. Like now is so important to be building your leads, building your customers, because you're going to have more people to pull from. And I know we talked about last week. So like holding it gives you the breakdown at the bottom, like sell 10 miracle sets. That's going to be $580 profit. Sell 25 employee gifts. That's going to be $375 profit. Hold 12 parties. I call them beauty sessions. I don't even call them parties, but that's 3 or more people at one session. That's going to be $1,800 profit. Okay. And, if you're like, I don't have time to do makeovers or parties, y'all, we have virtual options that your directors are holding for you. All you have to do is invite and book for it. So there's no reason you can't, honestly. Like it's so easy if you just really grab hold of the systems that your sales director has set up for you and tap into it, right? If you wanted to do nothing in person, you could still complete this whole sheet, okay? You could do it all virtual if you want to. And we're going to teach you how to do it both ways. I like doing it both ways. I like doing both. But it's totally up to you how you want to operate. You could do it all in person, okay? So hold, 12 beauty sessions of 3 or more people each session. That's only 4 per month. 4 per month, September, October, November. If you had it done by the end of November, that would be 4 per month. If you had it done by December, that would only be 3 per month. Like that's only like less than 1 a week, basically. And then hold 50 beauty sessions individually. And that's going to be $1,250 profit. Okay. And I know it says makeovers, but I just say beauty experiences, beauty sessions, whatever, just getting in front of 50 people, basically. It doesn't have to necessarily be a makeover because you may not have supplies for a makeover. Anyways, 15 pillow gifts, that's going to be $375 profit. A holiday open house, if you sell 500 bucks, that's going to be $250 profit. And then a pink weekend, if you sell 1,000, that's going to be $500 profit. So this is going to be our game plan that we're really running from. And you may say, Angela, how the heck am I going to sell that much at a pink weekend or holiday open house? Well, that's why I'm really telling y'all in September, like really focus now, because those people you build as new customers, they're going to be so excited because November's 2 months away. They're going to be so excited in November because they're probably going to even need to reorder some stuff they get this month, or there's going to be stuff this month that they didn't get that when pink weekend rolls around, they're going to love getting it at a deal. Okay. So, all right, here is what we're going to lead generating. Okay. What we're going to talk about today. And one of my favorite ones, if you need right now leads, this is one I'm doing right now. It's literally just a social media post. And I'm just saying help wanted. And you can also tweak this. So if you don't have the supplies to do makeovers, then maybe don't advertise that. Okay. You could say hydro sessions or beauty sessions. Like you have to do beauty sessions and you could still do no makeup and do beauty sessions with all these people. You just have to tweak the script a little bit. Okay. But I've been setting up so many of these. So I just posted this and asked people to like comment basically. So basically it's kind of an easy lead generation you can do just on their social media. And I've been setting up fall makeovers from that. And when I say fall makeovers, my fall makeovers are not over the top. Okay. You could pick one look that you want to run with. I mean, like fall makeup doesn't mean you have to give them the whole paparazzi of makeup. A lot of times I just like what I'm doing right now is I have the 2 new palettes and the gel blushes and the lip balm, and that's what we're doing, right? When they come, because I don't want to like pull out the whole kitchen sink of everything they could try. But in years past, when I didn't have a lot of supplies, I mean, I would just use the color cards, right? Or I would just put together one like pumpkin spice look and just use that. Okay. But then also I've tweaked this before when I didn't even want to do makeup and I just I need fall beauty experiences or hydro sessions, so you can literally just change it. If you want to just do it virtual, you could just do the hydro sessions that your sales director is already offering for you. Okay. So that, and then I do include this picture with it. So you could do that. That's an immediate idea that you could literally get leads right now, like today. Okay. Here's another thing you could do and get immediate leads. Okay. So print out these skincare surveys. And because I don't know about y'all, but I used to be more bold, I guess, back in the day. And I used to would like talk to anybody. And occasionally I will, but I really have to work myself up. I can be very introverted. I know y'all don't believe that, but I really am. I'm only extroverted with people I feel really comfortable with, but new people, I'm so introverted. Okay. And even like last night, my mom wanted to go to this thing and she was like, come with us, bring the kids. And I was like, Mom, honestly, I just want to stay at home. I don't want to go be around people. And she's the opposite. She's very extroverted, but I'm more introverted. So anyways, so these skincare surveys, I love them because it gives you a reason to talk to people. Okay. So literally print out, if you want to get 30 new leads this week or 20, print out how many ever leads you want to get, print out that number amount of surveys and have them in your purse and take them around with you or have a mini little clipboard. And like, it could just be people that you've been nervous to talk to, even like, sometimes there's those people that you see, but you're like intimidated almost to talk to them. You could just say, hey girl, would you mind filling this out for me? I need to get 20 of these filled out this week for my business. Literally all you do is fill it out and you can win a beauty or you can get a beauty experience and a gift card for filling this out. So I get them to fill it out and then I'm going to book them from it. Does that make sense? And you could book them on the spot or you could text them after to book them. And I just say, hey, for filling out the survey, you actually get a beauty experience and a gift certificate from me. So I love this idea because literally you could go to a ball game today and then a few hours later set up the appointment. Okay. So this is like a great way to get some right now leads. For sure. I don't know if y'all have ever done this before. This is a tool I love to give new beauty consultants too. So if you have new people on your team and they're like, hey, I don't know who to talk to. I don't know who to reach out to. Give them some of these, right? So this board you can also save if you have team members. This will give you some resources to share with them as well. Okay. Another thing I love, this is kind of like that, but this is where you could do honoring working women. So if you wanted to pop in and out of businesses and honor working women, what I've always done with that is just drop in like some mini cupcakes or even just whatever I have. It might just be some lip gloss samples, just something to honor them. If I don't have any samples, sometimes I've just gone to Publix and get some little carnations that are really cheap and hand those out. like just something in your hand to be able to give them to say, hey, I'm honoring working women this week. I have a little gift for you guys. And you get to fill this out to get entered for some product. Okay. This is something you can do as well, like social media wise, and it can go along with that honoring working women. And that's where you post this on your social media, or maybe if you have a community group, you could post this and that to even kind of expand outside of just your Facebook friends seeing it. Like if you have some community groups in the area you live, you could post this and say, hey, I'm a skincare and beauty specialist and I'm honoring working women this week and I'm picking an office of the week. So nominate your place to below and you might get some donuts and catalogs. Okay. And I try to keep it cheap. Like Publix has some really good donuts that are affordable, like much more affordable than Krispy Kreme. So it doesn't have to be like, I don't live near a Krispy Kreme. So honestly, like I would get my local donut shop or Publix donuts and just drop them in. But basically whoever nominates them, that's that person that I reach out to coordinate everything. So I don't just pop in there like unannounced. Whoever nominates their office, like if it's Lark and she comments on my post and she's like, oh, my office is da, 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 da. We would love to win. I'll reach out to Lark and I'll say, hey, your office is office of the week. And how many ladies do you have in your office so I can have enough donuts and gifts? And then I also set up a good time with her because I say, when I come, I want to do some, I have a hand treatment for you guys. So I want to make sure like you are available. So can I come during a lunch break or right after work? You know, so I try to coordinate, like besides just showing up and announcing everybody's like so busy they can't even talk to you. I try to coordinate a time where they might have a little bit of downtime in their day. Okay. Or it might be like a lunchtime and I can like actually get to talk to the people and get them to fill out my forms. And, they might even buy stuff on the spot. If you have like a gift basket that you're taking your holiday selling items with you, then you could take that with you. Right. Like, and I'll show y'all that maybe next week or so. I have some holiday packages that you can order if you want to have some like a holiday selling basket. That's something my unit usually go ahead and orders in September. So I'll get that put together for you guys too. If you're like, hey, I want something like that. Okay. You don't have to have it, but if you want it. Okay. Then there's one, let me stop sharing my screen because I want to find the one that I use at appointments. So if you have a huge way that I, get leads. Okay. And this can be your appointments that you already have going on. Or let's say you've held some appointments and you forgot to do this. Or if you just need some leads and you're like, hey, Susie loves me, let me reach out to Susie. Okay. So sometimes I reach out to my best customers and I'm like, hey, I really need to expand my network this week. Would you mind filling out this sheet and I'll give you a gift for doing that? And so I was trying to see if I have, it's called the referral game, like the fabulous game. Like I have some of my sheets right here that I just did in person. And a lot of times I have people fill out all 20. Well, here's a new one. Okay. So on the back of the sheet, this is called the fabulous game. And it has 20 lines. And I use this at every single appointment, even my virtuals. Okay. So if I do a virtual appointment with someone, like if I mail Jenny a beauty pack and we do a virtual appointment, during the appointment or else right after, I say, hey, fill this out and text me a picture of it real quick and you'll get an extra gift today for being on. Or you could up their gift card amount. Like if you don't want to have to send them a separate gift, usually most of the time they order from me. So I just include it in their package, an extra little gift. But y'all, I love referrals because it saves me time. Sometimes your different seasons, you can have, like, for example, when I first moved to Nashville, I didn't have kids and putting out I had time to do that. Right now, approximately the places I'm going to be already going because I don't have a lot of time to drive a long distance away from where I am. So you kind of have to look at where you are, your season of life, and what's going to work best for you. Okay. Like I said, I've done all of these ideas, but I love referrals because I'm already in front of these people. Like if I have a group of 3 people, and they all give me, let's just say they give me 10 names each, not even all 20. That's 30 new leads to pull from that I didn't spend any extra time going out to get. No extra time going out to get. Okay. So sometimes I tell my people, work smart, not hard. So if you're already in front of people, like go ahead and have these filled out. And it's worth it for me to say, hey, Lark, if you fill out all 20, I'm going to give you an extra gift today. And usually what I give them is a 50-cent mini hand cream or an eyeshadow that's $4 my cost. Okay. So if one person books off of this sheet, because not all 20 of these people are going to book. Honestly, when you reach out to 20 of their friends, you might have like 2 actually book, to be honest. Or even if one good one books, if she buys, whatever, books an appointment and brings friends, that was worth it. Right. And so, and it saved you time and all the other things. Okay. So I love referrals. You do have to work more of them because these are not people that entered into a facial box voluntarily. These are their friends nominating them. So some of them are going to say, hey, I'm not interested. And I'm like, okay, fine. That's fine. And then you're going to have people that are like, oh, I'm so excited, So you're going to have a multitude of feedback from these because the things like the facial boxes, those people voluntarily entered into that and they're going to be real excited when you call them. So from my facial boxes and stuff like that, a lot of those people booked. Okay. But from referrals, probably like 1 out of 10 book. Like that's just the numbers. Okay. But referrals are so smart. The other thing is when you're already holding an appointment with somebody, book from your bookings. Okay. Mary Kay always taught us to do that. So if I'm holding a skincare appointment with Lark, or I'm just even doing any kind of one-on-one, it doesn't matter what kind it is. If I'm doing any kind of one-on-one, or if I'm doing a group of people and they've only done skincare with me, I am going to book a second appointment with them. Let's just say if they're not interested at all in glamour, then my second appointment may just be body care. Okay. And you can do that virtual. Like, so if you're like, Angela, I don't have any body care, any perfume on hand, that's okay. Just book it virtual and just say, hey, I have to do a couple virtual beauty sessions. We'll just do it on Zoom. Okay. So you can book from your bookings and kind of get creative. Like you may not have all the materials, but there's lots of resources out there. Ask your director, what resource can I use? Okay. Sometimes you just book it and you don't even know what you're going to use yet. Okay. I've done that. I'm like, I'm going to book it and then I'll figure it out before I hold that appointment. Okay. You don't have to necessarily know, but you could literally, like I'm doing right now, I have a board and I'm literally sharing pictures with you guys. You could do that. You could literally share pictures of body care and skincare and talk. Like that is fine. That is fine, right? Or you could grab some of the Mary Kay videos from the video lounge. Okay. And I promise I'm almost wrapping up. Okay. So bookings from bookings is huge. And so while you're already with that appointment, especially if they filled out all 20, you say, girl, let's do a second appointment so I can get you some free stuff. And you can invite these people because I have to do a couple more beauty sessions this month and we haven't done glam anyway. So we can do glam. So this could be their guest list. If they fill this whole thing out, that's their guest list. They already have 20 people they could invite, right? Why not turn them into a hostess? Okay. All right. Let me share the last few ideas really fast. I know we're at that 30-minute mark and I'm wrapping up. And if y'all did not know, at 9:30, we normally do Hydra sessions. I don't think we have any guests today, but I'll double check. Okay. Here's a few more ideas. These are just upcoming gift giving opportunities that you could run with and do something around, like for September, Grandparents' Day, National Daughters Day, Skin Awareness Month, birthdays. Those are people that you could reach out to. Okay. Here's some other things. I wanted to focus on this. These are boo bags that you can make up, kind of like the skincare surveys where you got people to fill them out. You could hand out a boo bag and have them fill out the skincare survey. Because here's the thing, when you hand something out, don't just hand it out. If you give somebody something like a boo bag like this, then you want to get their name and number so you can reach back out to them and book their appointment they'll get along with the boo bag. Okay.
That'll be your garden that I've got to put together.
Jenny, is that you?
Your lights are on over there.
Okay.
And here's the supporting
On 5 and
documents for
go
the
off
move
at
out.
5.
And here's a gift certificate you could use. These are just a couple different ones. I would only pick one of them you want to run
This is
with.
all junk. Maybe federal, maybe.
Hey,
Maybe she didn't
Jenny,
need
can
that.
you mute out? You have background noise.
Right there.
Here's a thing that shows you how to make the facial boxes. And then here's a flyer you can put on those. And then the last thing I was gonna show y'all is the vendor tables. There's a lot of vendor events coming up this time of year, like fall festivals and stuff like that. Those are things a lot of times you have to pay for. So, to go set up at, but that's a lead generating opportunity. Like I'm doing actually a job fair this week. And so I love doing job fairs because I get leads and those people might be looking for the opportunity, right? And some of them are actually free to sign up for. So, and they're during the daytime. I love it because I don't have to spend all weekend somewhere. I don't like doing long events personally, but, and then like I do a bridal show, you know, a couple times a year. So I only do, you know, how many vendor events I might need to throughout the year. But those are also like things you kind of have to wait on it to roll around. Then you hold it. It's a great lead generating opportunity. But if you need stuff this week, you might want to run with some of the other ideas. And this could be something like vendor events or something you kind of have to plan out in advance, and kind of wait on it to roll around. So they're not necessarily immediate leads. They are once you get them. But like if you need stuff now, right? There's a lot of them a lot of times in October though. So if you want to look for some in your area, if you're doing it for the first time, I would just try something out. Like maybe not spend a ton, just kind of see how it goes, and get your feet wet with it. But that's a great way to get leads as well. Okay. So I think I shared with y'all most all my ideas. Honestly, there are tons of other ideas as well. Like I've done daycares, like giving the moms things, you know, all kinds of stuff. Like there's just so many ideas that you can run with. But I wanted to share with y'all just some of my top favorites that you could take right now and run with. So if you need immediate leads, out of all those ideas I shared with you, remember you want to have 5 sources to pull from. And so kind of just pick your top favorite ideas, okay? But definitely at least pick one way that's an immediate way, okay? Because some of the things I talked about, you know, I told you have to put out, go back and get it, wait, you know, that kind of thing. And then some ways are like immediate ways. Even the office of the week could be almost immediate. You could literally post today and go on Monday and do the office of the week and get those names, you know? So it could be really quick like that, you know, if you wanted to. So, all right, I would love feedback. I'm going to open it for question and answers and then we'll be done. But who has questions and questions and I'll answer. And then, what was like some of your favorite ideas that you heard? Y'all can unmute. Don't be shy.
I forgot about the whole, I forget what you call it, but I know it's been called before, the fish bowls.
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot about that.
Well, it used to be called fish bowls because back in the day we'd buy those glass bowls. And I have done glass before, but then it can kind of get hairy because it might get broken, right? So, and it's a little more lightweight with these, but I have done, we used to call them fish bowls because we buy glass fish bowls from like the Dollar Tree and put the sign on. I will say if you do have glass, they're going to be less likely to throw it away. I have learned that. But it was kind of heavy, like carrying those around. So I like these little boxes too. But yeah. Love it. Lark, any questions? And what'd you love?
Of the week idea.
The office of the week. Yes. Yes. I love it. Yeah. I've done that so many times and, it's just really fun. It like makes their day and they love it. They absolutely love it, you know, cause there's a lot of offices. They love when people bring them stuff, you know, they're waiting on some food or something. They want to see who has what for them that day. When I went to the doctor's office the other day, they were literally like, they were fighting over some crumble cookies that somebody had brought them. So Oh, Jenny, what'd you love? Any questions? I don't know if she can unmute. She had some background noise going on. Anyways, I know she does some,
I do have a question that's not related.
no, you're great. I know Jenny does some different vendor events and she does referrals. She's done a lot of these ideas because, and this is a copycat business, okay? So you want to copycat people. You want to copy the right cat though, okay? So we're giving you all the ideas to run with. So don't feel like, oh, I'm doing exactly what she's doing. That's fine. You can do exactly what I'm doing, right? Or exactly what your friend's doing. Maybe just don't go to the same place, but other than that, yes, Leanne.
I was gonna say I have a question that's not related to the training. When can we start to do the new fall products? When can we order them? Like I enrolled up customers for PCP. So when does it start?
Oh, you can already order then. Early ordering started on the 10th.
I don't see it
And then
when I go in to try to like place an order, I don't see the products on the new and limited edition. Is that where it would be?
let me just show y'all really quick on my screen because it has changed with okay, hold on. So yeah, with the new ordering, I'm still learning it myself, but I'll show you really quick.
Because I've got a customer that's placing a big order and then another customer that's needing some stuff. And I was like, well, I just want to get it all together in the same order. So I've been waiting to find it.
Absolutely. So you just go this ordering tab. Let's see. And then you usually can click up here and let's see. Hold on. Oh, what did I do? Is it under what's new? Mine is different because mine's under director only.
Yeah, I gotta say it looks different than mine.
Early offer is live. So
Huh.
it'd be,
I'll just have to play with it, I guess.
yeah, you might have to, it might be under offers. My offers, early offer.
Okay, and I don't know that I've seen that before, my offers. Okay, I'll just try.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn it too, but let's see. Here you go. My offers.
Okay, I'm gonna take a
View all
there.
offers. Well, I thought it was under that. Okay, never mind. Lark, do you know something I don't know?
I don't do it on my phone. I do it on my computer, and I think that's what it says. Where it says new and limited or whatever, that little screen, it will say there will be one that says
Oh, what's new?
offers.
Offers. There you go.
It
Go to
will say
what's
fall
new.
holiday early offers, but I don't usually do it on my phone, so it doesn't look just like that.
Well, I found it.
What's
You
the
go to
top?
what's new, and then you go to offers, and then fall holiday 2025 early offer.
Okay, and I might try it on my computer too. Thank you, Lark.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning it too, so you're not alone. But I will share with y'all. I have them all right here, and they're so pretty. So I don't know if y'all seen like some of the reels and stuff, but I've had so many people buying these because these are fun palettes to demo because you just only have to buy one of each, and then you have a whole color look that you can do different stuff with. And I have on this one, the soft buff. And then we have a couple other different ones. So they're so pretty. And then my lip balms are inside because I did a reel with them yesterday. And this smells so good. confidently if y'all already
I
smell
wanna
the
try
perfume
that.
and stuff. So, and there's a couple other things. Y'all know the Mint Bliss, and oh, this is great to stock up on these if you want them, because the socks half the time sell out like so fast. So, if you want to get those socks for free, like I usually order like more than I would even sell right now for when like October, closer to time, you know, because people start buying a lot of those in like October, November. So I order myself like 15 of them on the front end. That's why they go out so fast, because people know they're going to sell them and they order them up front. So, all right, friends. Well, I hope y'all have a beautiful Saturday. Thanks for jumping on and investing in yourself. And if you have some team members, tell them to go back and plug in and make sure they get all this information. And y'all have a great day and a great holiday season. When I get those holiday packages made too, I'll let y'all know about that. But yeah, holiday ordering the 10th, early ordering everybody else on the 15th, which is not far away. All right.
Thank
Bye,
you.
friends.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.